All right, learning outcome. So at the end of the chapter, students should be able to define and explain function of financial statement, explain financial ratios, explain basic sources and use of fund. So what is financial analysis? So we have is the process of collecting and refining financial data to provide necessary information, to aid decision making in an effort to determine future course of action. So you can see here that is referring first step, kita kena collecting, refining the financial data. So financial data here we are referring that we need to search for the financial statement, which is the income statement, balance sheets. So, and then we convert lah. We do some analysis or we do some homework, convert the data to information that help us to making decision, right? Okay, so to study financial statement, so you can see to study financial statement. So financial statement, so we check the profit of the company, right? Kita nak tahu keuntungan, right? So we refer the financial statement. So it is a historical data, which when we refer financial statement, it is already happened, right? Sudah berlaku. So we check lah what is the performance of the company previously. So this one will enable us to assess financial or assess the operating result and the financial status. So how the company manage their asset, example machine ke, how they manage their money. So how is the company profit? Next, we have to assist in the developing plan and strategies. So helping the company to plan, right? If what should the company invest, where should the company invest? So and the strategy. So next, financial statements consist of balance sheets, statement of financial position. So dia ada dua nama. So but it is referring to the same thing lah, which is the balance sheet lah. Sometimes they call statement of financial position. Number 2, kita ada income statement atau kita panggil statement of financial performance, profit and loss statement. Then we have number 3, cash flow statement, and then number 4, we have the statement of retained earning. So primary source of data information and the standing of operation and financial. So this is the 4 major yang paling penting lah, statement that normally kita refer, right? Next, we have balance sheet. So here kita ada balance sheet. I represent a snapshot of firm financial position at specific point in time. Contohnya, balance sheet dia record apa? Dia record apa yang dari mula hingga sekarang. So meaning that if the company started in 2010, so this record will record lah, dia akan record apa yang company ada. Right, dari company itu bermula lah until sekarang. Or I can say jumlah asset, jumlah liabilities, jumlah equity a company have. So in the balance sheet, apa dia record? Dia record total asset. Right, total asset ada current asset, there are the fixed asset. Right, then total liability equal to current liability, CL plus long-term debt. And then we have the owner equities, or sometimes kita panggil dia common equity, right? Equal to common stock plus preferred stock plus retained earning. So this one preferred stock bergantung lah, kadang-kadang company ada, some company they don't have. So don't have this one, don't have lah, only common stock and retained earning. So balance sheet equation, we are using this equation to create the balance sheet. So we have total asset equal to total liability plus owner equity, atau kita boleh kembangkan, we can expand the formula, which is equal to current liabilities plus long-term debt plus common stock plus preferred stock plus retained earning. So this one we can, because owning equity adalah sama dengan common stock plus preferred stock plus retained earning, right? So this one kita boleh kembangkan actually the formula. Next, we have the formats of balance sheet. So you can see balance sheet as at December 2022, right, for example. So you can see here at the left-hand side, kita ada asset. So under asset, kita ada current asset, which is marketable security. Actually, sini ada lagi satu, cash. Normally we have cash lah. Cash, marketable security, account receivable, inventory, prepaid expenses. Then you total all, then we have the total current asset. Then fixed asset, we have a plant and machinery, land and building, then we have total fixed asset. So you tambah total current asset plus total fixed asset, we have the total asset. Right, in the right-hand side, we have the liability and equity. Starting with the current liabilities, we have account payable, notes payable, accrues, then you total up, we have the total current liabilities, then we have the long-term debt. So total current liabilities plus long-term debt adalah total liabilities. Then we have common equities. So under common equities, we have common stock, preferred stock, and retained earning. So you total the liabilities and the common equity, then this one should be equal to total asset. All right, so balance sheet, we have cash. As I said, cash dia ada dua jenis, cash balance, jualan tunai, atau another one is credit sales. So cash balance from cash transaction. And then we have marketable securities, which is a temporary investment. So as I say, company, they don't like cash. So if they have free time, so they were going to invest in a marketable security lah, temporary, maybe for 2 weeks ke 1 month ke. So they are park under parking kat sini lah, marketable security. Then we have account receivable. So we have debtors account or customers account. Then we have inventory. Inventory dia ada 3, which is raw materials, bahan mentah, work in progress, and then the finished good. Prepaid, we have advance payment on expenses, and then we have fixed asset subjected to depreciation. Depreciation adalah susun nilai lah. So fixed deposit, fixed asset normally they're going to depreciate susun nilai setiap tahun. Right, this one adalah asset. Then we have liabilities and equities. So we have account payable, which is the creditors or suppliers account. Right, di mana syarikat mengutang owning the suppliers . So kita beli bahan mentah, right, from suppliers. So kita tak bayar lagi. So kita letak dalam account payable. Then we have not payable. This one is the company loan. Dia pinjam duit short term, jangka pendek. So we put under notes payable, right, under current liabilities. So others payable, we have interest payments or income tax payable. Then we have accrued expenses or unpaid expenses. We have capital stock, common or preferred stock, and then we have the retained earning. This one is reserve. All right, next we have income statement. So income statement is the summary of firm operating result over a period of time. So dia tak sama dengan balance sheet. Balance sheet adalah berkumpul daripada syarikat bermula. This one adalah over a period of time, mungkin pada tahun 2002. So pada satu tahun sahaja atau one quarter, right? So shows revenue, right? Sales and other income, cost of goods sold, expenses incurred, and profit. So we have profit equal to sales minus expenses. So sales, jualan, tolak semua berbelanjawan, right? Berbelanja, or expenses. Then we have the profit lah. So income statement dia ukur profit lah. So they have split into two parts. One is operating activities. The other one is financial activities. So we check for the example. So this will be the example atau format for income statement. So you can see that here stated income statement for the year ended. Dia tak sama lah tadi as at, right? Balance sheet is using as at. This one is using for the year ended untuk tahun December 2022, for example. So on top, right, this first part adalah operating activities. So we start with the revenue atau net sales, then we tolak less cost of goods sold, then equal to gross profit, CASA. This one is CASA. And then less operating expenses, less depreciation. Kalau ada apa expenses, we minus here. Then kita dapat operating income. So operating income actually adalah earning before interest and tax. So you kena tahulah operating income adalah earning before interest and tax or EBIT. Some question they will not give you EBIT lah. They just give you operating income. Then you have to know that operating income adalah EBIT. Then the second part will be the financing activities, right? So we have plus other income kalau ada. Kalau tak ada, then no need to write. Minus interest, which is the interest we pay to bank lah, bayar bank, right? Then equal to earning before taxes. Then we minus corporate taxes. Then equal to net income lah, bersih. Right? Then the net income kita ada dua, guna untuk dua. One is pay for dividend. One is retain earning lah, you simpan dalam syarikat. So net income, dividend ada dua, dia bayar kepada preferred shareholders and common shareholders. Syarikat tak ada preferred stock, then this one tak ada lah. Alright, okay. So income statement kita ada sales revenue, right? This one ada cash atau credit sales lah, right? Credit sales adalah you allow customers to pay later lah. And cost of goods sold, cost to produce goods or services, operating expenses, marketing, contoh operating expenses adalah marketing, administrative marketing, kalau you ada marketing event, you distribute flyers, you appoint spokesperson. Administration, you pay for utilities like electric bill, water bill, Unify, then pay salary also yang penting, bayar salary. Then interest, financial cost, this one you pay to the bank. Then tax you pay to the governments. Next, last one, net income atau ada kadang-kadang kita panggil dia earning after taxes lah. So net income dia ada dua kegunaan. Satu, distribute to shareholders, and another one is retain earning. All right, number 3, we have statement of retained earnings. So show the distribution of the firm net income. So how much the retained earning relate to dividend policy lah, dia berkaitan lah. Right, so investment and need for dividend lah. Kalau investment, this one kita retain lah, retain earning. So the formula adalah net income equal to dividend plus retain earning. So kalau company decide to pay more dividend, meaning that dividend increase, so of course retained earning akan berkurangan lah. Win versus if dividend is less, then retained earning will be high lah. Okay, so dia takkan dua-dua high, right? So because is plus kat sini, right? So if you ask me, boleh tak company bagi seimbang? So 50% dividend, 50% retained earning. Can also, no problem. Right? Boleh juga. Depend on the CEO punya decision lah. CEO punya decision. Whether how much they want to pay the dividend to shareholders. Right, next we have the example statement of a retained earning for the year ended at December 31st, 2002. So start with the balance of retained earning December 31st, 2001. Yang ini adalah bawa dari last year. Bring this one from last year. Kalau ada balance, tak guna habis. So this one is from last year, then you just copy down lah. And then add earning after tax. This one is a net income lah, net income. Then you tolak the dividend payout, right? Then we have lah, you tambah kat sini. You see add minus. You tambah kat sini, then we have the balance of retained earning December 31st, 2002. Right, this one is current year retained earning. This one is current year. This one adalah last year, so you don't confuse. This one bawa ke hadapan. Right, so you bring from last year, this one. Next, we have the cash flow statement. So summarizes the inflows and outflows of cash transaction for the year. So this one only record tunai saja, nama pun cash, right? Cash tunai. So in this statement, they only record cash transaction, right? Cash transaction. So they have divided into 4 categories: cash flow from operation, cash flow from investment, cash flow from financing, and number 4, reconciliations of cash. Right, so this is a 4 statement yang paling penting, right, for investors, right, to do analysis on this financial statement. Okay, so any question regarding the financial statement? All right, so if you have no, then I continue. Next, we have the financial ratios. So as an analysis tools, right, is a method atau cara, right, to interpret and evaluate firm performance. So we want to know whether the company is good or not good. So kita mesti ada cara untuk mengukur, to measure. So we cannot just say, oh, the company A is good. How you know the company A is good? Just like how I want to know Wahida is good or not. So I cannot just say she's good. Why you say he's good? How you say he's good? So kita guna ada ratio lah. So just because the CGPA adalah 3.8, that's why I say she is good. Sama juga dengan company, so we guna ratio untuk bantu kita to decide whether the company is good or not good. So based on the financial statement, right? So normally we are using balance sheet dengan income statement lah, based on the financial statement. So who is using the financial statement? So manager. So manager will check whether they do comparison dengan syarikat lain, benchmark lah. So whether they are better or not, right, as compared to others. Investors, dia nak tahu syarikat ada making profit or not. Is the company is making profit atau the company is making loss, or interested party. Right? Anybody that is interested in the company, they want to know further, then they can just refer the financial statement atau ratio. So we have 2 ways to interpret, right? We have trend analysis, vertical or time series. So trend analysis, this one you kumpul data 10 tahun, 10 years data, then you plot. Macam net income or you plot lah for 10 years. After you plot, then you tengok the trend. Adakah the trend adalah menaik atau the trend is going down. This one is trend analysis. Kalau trend menaik, baguslah, meaning that dia punya net income sentiasa meningkat. Then it's good, meningkat. Then if going down, then it's not good lah, meaning the company is not making money. But kalau cost menurun generally is good lah, right? Cost is reducing. Then we are doing comparison, comparative analysis, mean you compare lah 2 years, right? Last year dengan this year, right? Better or not, atau you compare dengan company lain, right? Next, we have financial ratio. Kita ada 5 group, right? We have 5 main categories. So first one, we have liquidity ratio. Liquidity ratio answer what? How liquid the firm to meet short-term obligation. Right, liquid what? Kecairan. Liquidity, kecairan, liquidity. How liquid? Meaning that adakah syarikat boleh membayar short-term obligation, mean dia boleh bayar tak utang jangka pendek. This one, utang jangka pendek. Short-term obligation. Contoh kalau interest dia kena bayar kepada bank, interest every month the company need to pay interest under current liabilities, right? Ada current liabilities, right? Untuk bayar short-term obligation. And then number 2, activities ratio, measure efficiency of asset to generate sales. So you have to check whether the company dia boleh guna tak asset dia untuk generate sales lah. Alright, so activity ratio, macam dia guna, adakah syarikat efficient untuk guna mesin ke, kereta ke, van ke, right, untuk menghasilkan jualan. Then number 3, we have the leverage ratio, how much fund finance asset to determine the capital structure. This one we want to check whether adakah syarikat tersebut dia utang terlalu banyak. It's not good if the company borrow too much money. High risk. High risk, company itu mungkin boleh bankrupt sebab kalau dia tak mampu untuk bayar interest. So if the company loan a lot, that is not good, high risk. So how we check? We guna leverage ratio untuk bantu kita. Profitability ratio measure the efficiency of firm to generate profit, right? Measure the efficiency of firm to generate profit. Then we have how good lah, this one is how good company generate profit lah. The last one, market and equity ratio. Yang ini adalah concern to shareholders. Shareholders akan refer this one lah, contoh earning per share. Kalau shareholders beli satu share, dia boleh dapat berapa hasil earning, right? Earning per share. So this one adalah five main ratio, 5 main ratio, right, that we're going to study. Right, so we go to the first ratio. Before we go to the first ratio, first kita ada satu example of income statement. So please, you need to print screen, kena print screen yang ini sebab kita nanti akan guna angka kat sini, numbers here to do the calculation. Right, to do the calculation. So you just print screen first, then nanti maybe the slide that I give you is too small, right? So just print screen this one. Right, done. Sudah.
Done, sir.
All right, then we go for the next one. This one also same, right? This is a balance sheet, huh? So you print screen lah. Right, done. Alright, so remember yang ini ada dia bukan 38 lah. This one is what? This one is 1000. Remember on top here adalah 1000. So this one is 1.5 million, not 1500. So here got another 30 on top here. All right, so we go for the first one. We have the liquidity ratio. Liquidity ratio equal to under liquidity ratio, kita ada current ratio. So which is the current asset bahagi dengan current liabilities. Right, so answer in X meaning in times, 2 times, 3 times. Higher ratio reflect that the ability to pay each short-term obligation on time, right? So higher is better. So kalau you dapat answer dua, dua maksud 2 time maksud dia, dia ada dua current asset untuk bayar satu current liabilities. Meaning they have more asset lah, more current asset than the current liability. Then this one is good lah, meaning company can able to pay. If you get satu, answer is 1 time. 1 time is enough. One current asset equal to one current liabilities, meaning cukup sahajalah, just enough to pay off the current liabilities. If the answer is 0.5, meaning that is not good lah, meaning that the company is not enough current asset to pay off the current liabilities. Right, 0.5 is not enough, right? Okay, so now you take out your calculators, then you calculate the current ratio, right? So you just refer, you cari lah dalam income statement ke, balance sheet ke, where you can find the current asset, right? So after you you calculate, then you type your answer in the message box, right? Okay, you take your calculators and then you calculate now. All right, please take out your calculators and calculate. No, Adila Japri. 1.8481 lah. Ada one kat belakang eh. Others give me 1.848. Uh, others, please kindly take out your calculators and calculate. Right, so you need to 84848. So you refer here lah. Here we have the total current asset, right? 146 bahagi dengan total liability 79. All right, so for this question, right, we have 1.85. So we can check here, betul lah 1.848 acceptable. You can give me 3 decimal, 2 decimal. But don't give me 2. Jangan rounded to 2. At least answer in 2 decimal point. Right? Answer in 2 decimal point. At least. You don't go and rounded to 2. Don't. So, okay, you can write 1.85 times ke, you tak tulis, then it's okay lah. Alright, okay. So, any question? Ada siapa yang tak tahu where to get the numbers? You have learned this one before in mathematics subject Dah pernah belajar ratio?
Pernah.
Oh, okay, that's why you all know lah. Alright, okay, then we go for the next one. We have the quick ratio. So quick ratio, we have equal to the current asset minus inventory and minus prepaid expenses divided by current liabilities. So answer in X atau times, higher ratio reflect the ability to pay each short-term obligation, right, without relying on the on the inventory and prepaid expenses, higher is better. So because this one we want to calculate the quick, quick maksud dia pantas, cepat. So that's why kita keluarkan, right? We take out. That's why we minus inventory and prepaid expenses. Why we take out these two? So this one inventory, it take time. Dia ambil masa untuk jual. So kalau if the company need cash in a very quick time or in a hurry, right? So mungkin inventory tak dapat jual. Prepaid expenses lagi lah, you already bayar. Normally we cannot take back the money, right? Macam you pay for your prepaid, right? Your SIM card, prepaid, you prepaid. Okay, so this one, that's why kita tolak yang ini dua keluar. Right? We want to check kalau syarikat dia memang nak cash dengan pantas, adakah syarikat mampu untuk bayar current liabilities. So we take out lah, we tolak inventory and prepaid expenses. Alright, so you calculate the quick ratio, then you write your answers in the message box. All right, kindly please try. All right, so we check for the answers here, mostly correct, lah. So 0.709 or 0.71, lah. So mostly, all right, you give me the same answer, right? So we check. All right, so we have 146 minus 82 minus 8 divided by 79. So we have 0.71. Oh, just now we do a comparison with the industry. So industry, kita buat perbandingan. So industry is 2 times for current ratio. So 2 times versus 1.85. Which one is better, industry or the company?
Industry.
Yes, industry is better because for current ratio adalah higher is better. So industry is better. Then we check for quick ratio. So quick ratio 0.71 versus 1.2x. So again, industry is higher. So the company is not as good as the industry, not as good as the industry. Next, we go for the last one, net working capital and WC, which is simple. Current asset minus current liabilities, right? So answer will be in ringgit. Just now answer dalam times, right? So this one will be in ringgit. Higher atau positive value is preferred. Kalau positif, maksud current asset is more than current liability lah. So absolute measure in liquidity, so higher is better. Negative, maksud liability is more than the asset. Alright, so you calculate this one. Siapa baru nak masuk kelas ni? Dah nak habis. Malu nak masuk. Alright, some more. Semua. Alright, so everybody give me 67. 67. Ada lagi 67? Any more? Any others answer? This answer is wrong. Baru ada orang betul satu. Farah Waida. Is 67,000 yang bagi 67 semua careless. How come company only at 67 sahaja? This is a company. How come is only 67? Tak logic, right? So should be 67,000. Yes. So as I mentioned tadi, we go back. Kan we have mentioned the statement adalah ada 30 ke belakang, di belakang, 1,000, right? 450,000, right? 300,000. Same to the balance sheet also lah. This one is 12,000. Right, dia tak ada impact on the current ratio dengan quick ratio sebab ini bahagi. Kita dah cancel the zero dan tak ada masalah. So only yang this one lah. This one, right, is 1,000 in ringgit. Okay, so it's 67,000. Right, all right, 67,000. Alright, so this one industry tak ada, so we cannot do comparison. But this one is positive answer, then we consider good lah. The current asset is more than the current liability. Alright, next we have financial ratio inventory. This one berapa? 5. Alright, okay. I don't think that I can finish lah. We have, I think, also time already. Alright. Any question before I stop? Right, check the attendance for today. All right. So today is full attendance. All right, good. Then if you have no question, then I have another class after this. So if you have no question, then I'll meet you again on Monday kan? Kita punya class on Monday kan? I'll meet you on Monday. All right, thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.